Hello world, welcome to Monday Media Review here on Two Guys on the Couch. I am George.
And I'm Joe. We're here to wade through the bullshit and give you our opinions on upcoming movies and games. This week we have the latest video game turned movie, Tekken.
Used to be you had a choice, free market, justice system. Now everything's Tekken.
Look, you saved the speech until after you paid me.
Whoa.
What can we say about this movie? Well, first off, let's talk about who's responsible for this masterpiece. Director Dwight H. Little, who really hasn't done anything but TV shows.
He's done a lot of TV.
And a lot of the shows he's done are good TV.
Except for Dollhouse.
Except for Dollhouse, that's a given.
Did I fall asleep?
For a little while.
He's done 24, Prison Break, and Daybreak.
On the other hand, the writer of this, Alan McElroy, has pretty much written some bad stuff.
I think you'll recognize some of these movies. First, there was Spawn.
Ballistic X vs. Sever.
Wrong Turn, which, as a West Virginian, I find somewhat insulting.
He only did the first one, not the direct-to-video ones.
Yes.
And he did The Marine, which we enjoy watching, but not for the story or the writing.
For John Cena.
Yeah,
God bless you, John Cena.
I come out with a message for Armando Alejandro. Strap on some nuts, cause you ain't got none.
The main guy in the movie, John Fu, plays Jin. He's the main character in the story of this. And I noticed this when I was watching it, but I wasn't sure until I looked up afterwards. But he's a British guy, and you can hear the freaking British accent slipping out.
Sorry, I was just admiring your toast.
Yeah, and it's really weird because it's hard to tell if it's British or broken English because it's just like a fine line. And well, being that they're British, they do speak broken English almost.
They speak English.
If you are going to talk about naughty things in front of these American girls, then at least speak English.
All right.
It has to have a romantic role, so there's Kelly Overton plays the character Christy.
Staring at my ass is a good way to get yours kicked. I'd keep my head in the game if I were you.
All the characters look like they do in the game, except for Fox, who his hair is not blonde or slicked back and long.
No.
He's got a shaved head, but everybody else looks the same, like they do in the game. They don't have the more extreme stuff like the panda, kangaroo, or the lion head guy, king.
Yeah, but they do have that samurai guy in the full armor.
Yoshimitsu, master swordsman, a true samurai warrior.
They nailed character designs. Mm-hmm. As far as story, I guess they loosely did some stuff, but like Christy and Eddie are both in the game, but they don't have the connection between Eddie's character and Christy's character for the game.
And there's also no connection between Fox and Nina Williams, where Fox is Nina Williams' kid, even though the age doesn't look anywhere close to what it should. Anyway, I mean, that's just a little loophole.
But they do got the Jin. Is the son of the main bad guy in the movie. And
we apologize that we're screwing up the names because, like we said, we don't follow Tekken. Mm-hmm. So the names are kind of like, they're Japanese name and they're hard enough to say as it is.
Yeah.
No offense to the Japanese thing, but I'm sorry, you just can't name your kid Smith or John or, Brian.
But as far as the Jin storyline, it's sort of, from I guess what I've read, it's close to the son and the whole rivalry or whatever, sort of. Yeah. But as far as a movie story goes, it's fucking terrible.
It's all over the place. I mean, they show you characters, and they show you characters for like not even 2 minutes, then they die, and you're supposed to feel bad that they died, even though you felt no connection to them because they were on screen for 2 minutes, and then they kept showing flashbacks to shit about the character, and it's irrelevant because you don't care.
Like, the main thing is Jin's mother. She dies in the first, 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And she's on screen for maybe 30 seconds of that 5 minutes, and you're supposed to care about her character? Constantly while he's fighting, like the formula is he'll fight a guy, he'll do okay in the beginning, then he'll get his ass kicked, and then he'll have like a flashback of her telling training secrets, and then he'll win.
Yeah.
And it does that every time he fights.
Yeah, he noticed it after the second fight, and it's like, let's see how it continues, and it's the same thing. You know, he gets his ass kicked, flashback, he wins.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of redundant. I mean, maybe for the last battle that could have worked, but not for every single battle.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's like, during the fight scenes, they kept cutting back to this bar where he spent a whole 30 seconds at, and so he's supposed to have some sort of personal connection with these guys. And
in a world where things are outlawed, where he's going, the story like shit's outlawed, post-apocalyptic, and there's contraband like coffee and stuff, but yet they have alcohol in bars.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is the world's like that because of people wanting stuff.
Yeah, it's an anti-capitalism message, anti-corporation message.
But we can't say anything because the game may be like that. We don't know that. Also, they kept coming back to this one girl that he had sex with, that Jin had almost had sex with, and she had a whole character development of, 10 seconds before they were in bed.
Oh, shit! Jax! No, we gotta separate. You'll be fine.
And you're supposed to care that she was watching and worried, even though Jin was messing around with Christy.
Yeah, throughout the whole movie, he's got this connection, but they keep cutting back to this other girl. And then even at the end of the movie, when Jin wins, because of course he's going to win,
yeah,
and he comes out at the end, she shows up, and he doesn't even look in her direction. I think he's just walking out, and then it cuts the credits.
Strength and freedom. But freedom comes and goes, and the world had no idea or warning that the true legacy of Tekken was only just beginning.
There's no point to the damn tournament in the movie. Like, he doesn't get anything for winning. He just wins, and he's like, oh,
like now Jin's name is
okay.
Jin's name is associated with hope. Why?
Like
the corporation's still there. The son is still there in charge of the company Tekken, still oppressing people. It makes no sense. It's like he didn't achieve anything. He didn't win anything.
Where are you gonna go?
Time to go home.
The story's terrible. The acting's on par, average.
But honestly, what did you expect from the guy who wrote Spawn and Ballistic and Wrong Turn?
But it does have very good action and very good fighting when it happens.
Yeah, this is the only thing that could actually save this movie was the fighting. The fighting was done well. It's like it actually looked like the fighting styles and techniques from the game. Unfortunately, each battle was like 30 seconds long.
Like, seriously, if you montage all the fights together, it might take up 15 minutes of screen time.
If
maybe.
that.
You know, that includes the parkour chase in the very beginning of the movie.
Which was actually more Prince of Persia than Prince of Persia.
It wasn't like it wasn't friggin' as bad as like Mortal Kombat Annihilation or
No, that movie was just a big ball of shit.
Or Street Fighter Chun Lee or Street Fighter in general.
Yeah.
You know, or DOA.
I mean,
or the other myriad number of fucking fighting game movies.
I mean, it was watchable, but it's watchable if there's nothing else on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those backup things you do. It's kind of like bowling. If you're not doing anything, go bowl.
Out of a score of pandas fighting kangaroos, I'm going to go 2.5.
I honestly believe you're being a little too generous. I'm just going to give it 2. I mean, I know you previously gave The Last Airbender 2, but it's like, I feel it's probably on the same par. It's like the story was rushed. The only thing that saved The Last Airbender was the special effects. The only thing that saved this movie was the short fighting sequences.
Yeah, but overall I enjoyed it more. And it did a better acting.
I will have to say the women were hot.
Yeah.
But I'm still sticking with the 2.
Christie's constant
Ass cleavage.
And today you're a celebrity. Get used to it.
Well, that's going to do it for the Monday Media Review here on Two Guys on the Couch. I am Joe.
And I am George.
We'll see you next time here on the couch.
I am Mishima Heihachi. I am Tekken. You will obey.
Wrong.